Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we are gonna be talking about 3 possible snowstorms. Actually, one's going on right now. Let's go ahead and transfer to that real quick. But as we can see, very heavy snow in Minnesota, Wisconsin, and that's really all. Some of what is this state? Nebraska. Oh no. Oh no, that's Nebraska. North North Dakota. Okay. Sorry, I don't know my states today. And some snow in Michigan, very light pockets there. This was an overachieving storm. I couldn't get the snow totals for Minneapolis. The snow's almost done for there. Chicago, you got some rain. This storm is looking kind of a classic pattern here. A low pressure system about right there coming through here, and it's going to be dropping from pretty heavy amounts. And let's go ahead and look at the GFS model run. So as we know, 3 potential storms from the both models as of right now. Let's go ahead and see this, but I'm just not going to keep this on for a while. But as of hour 6, really doesn't have much. Has some snow pretty far south. Gulf Frontier. Seems like it moves out pretty quickly. And some tropical thunderstorms. Low pressure system right here. Oh, this is wrong run. Sorry about that. Monday. It's Tuesday. Here we go. So, sorry about that. So, we have it right now as of 6 hours. We have it. ECMWF here. Pretty heavy snow getting in there. Low pressure system, what was left of a nor'easter. You guys felt it up in Maine, that area, New York, Connecticut, Vermont. But some rain here. But we can go ahead and move that out here. Let's do that. And on the model indicating, even though it already has a low pressure system, 2 low pressure system right here, 115, and the stronger one that is developing here. Still snow from Michigan. As you can see over the lakes, it's all rain. That's how warm the waters are here in the lakes. Well, not where I am, but where I circled, in the lakes. And let's go 24 hours out. The system is getting stronger here, somewhat. Not rapidly strengthening like some storms have. Like this one May 106, 105, 990, 980. That's what rapidly strengthening storms. But since these are overachieving because it's early on in the season and there's still a lot of moisture here. Usually, most of the storms recently have been underachieving. Most of the annual winter seasons have been underachieving, but hopefully we'll have more snow for the East Coast and then the Mideast and the Midwest. Well, we got some snow for the Midwest and just the U.S. in general. There was cold up here in the Arctic Circle. It was building up for so long. We thought it was gonna release me and other people. We thought it was gonna release down into the United States. Never did. Still up there. But that's why it's such a cold spring in June and July, because all that cold finally released down into the United States here, and it was really cold for that time. Now let's move it out a couple of hours. So this storm has a pretty good environment here. Pretty moist environment here with rain developing here, and then it's snow here, pretty heavy snow right there. A low pressure system 101. It's coming together. It's starting to get these ingredients where it really starts to gain this energy and put some snow down over here, some more snow, and move it out 1000. It seems like it is gonna reform. Well, maybe not, but low pressure system looks like it would be right there. But snow stressing down here, and rain here. But it that moisture just really helped it right here. The moisture that was sitting here came down, gathered that up, and now it is pulling moisture from the Gulf, Gulf, something like that, something the stream like that. Um, well, anyway, so we move it out a little bit more. Yeah, a new low pressure system formed. So there's 3 odd low pressure systems here. I don't know if it's part of one storm, but if we can look here, go ahead and X out of this ad. I didn't mean to click on that. There's no X. Okay. Well, here is some heavy snow for the Canadian area. Another Alaska Gulf storm coming up on the tail of Alaska here. And Canada. Low pressure system right here, low pressure system right here, but the main low pressure system right here controlling this storm, right there. But let's move it out a couple of more hour runs, and it gets somewhat strong up here. And of course, these storms could overachieve. It's not out, but 999 isn't that bad looking shape. But the Gulf of Alaska would be our 3rd snowstorm right here, and only 90 hours out here. And it's very crazy. And then here's Epsilon, but we aren't really talking about that. High pressure here, so it's gonna kind of, so it can go either way, really far south or really far north. So here probably if the high pressure, and then high pressure. So those are the most likely paths, the most potential in those paths. 996, pretty strong storm here, coming into the Gulf of Alaska, coming off. So it's one of those storms where it has just a little bit pocket of rain. It isn't like all those nor'easter type storms where it has huge rain, then more snow up here, very heavy snow. But that's that. Let's move it out a couple of hours. It isn't that far out for these runs. It starts weakening a little bit right here, but it starts to get the shape. Of course, when it comes on from the Gulf of Alaska environment, it's gonna weaken. But of course, it re-strengthens up here. Low pressure system placed where it should be. Right here we have snow, and then here we have rain. And let's move it out a little bit more. And a possible 4th snowstorm here. Forgot to mention that. 4, not 3. But one developing right here. 996, kind of coming together. 107, not as strong. Forming that tail right there. Then that snow is kind of weird looking. So it's not very organized storm. 107 millibars. isn't that good, but move it out a little bit more. And this one kind of doodles around here, and we saw some potential ice down here in the Texas region, and high pressure developing here, kind of ripping apart this low pressure system. It's pretty far out now, but let's clear this. That is fun. Well, let's clear this, go to mouse, and keep on moving it out. And it doesn't reform itself. That high pressure really destroyed it. But this is too far out in the model run to take everything with a grain of salt beyond our say 120. Take everything with a grain of salt. Like this storm's probably likely gonna change or not even happen. And let's check out let's go ahead and go to the CMC. Where's the CMC? Oh, CMC's in here. CMC, they are pretty good with snowstorms. Pretty good with snowstorms here. I'll show you the temperatures with all the models in a minute. But here is the 6-hour mark. Let me show you the hours there. 12-hour mark, sorry. And the snow is still there from Minneapolis, just not as much of it. Like right here, not as much as they're getting, but still a good bit of rain up here. Snow right here. Kind of sloppy all over. Snow, rain, mostly rain. But this is a not very, but pretty strong snow for this time of the year. They are really overachieving this year. It moves out. Then our second one on the CMC here has it more of a north snow, 104. Brings it down here with the rain. Pretty large tail there. Looks pretty organized for its pressure there. And let's keep on moving it. 998, a little bit stronger than what the HCMWF showed, but some rain up here, potential more snow for Minneapolis, and low pressure system kind of getting ripped apart into two pieces, but that won't affect it much. The high pressure here says it will destroy it. Then our fourth snowstorm right here with snow, rain, sloppy weather, ice mix, snow, then rain associated with this low pressure system. Doesn't really build itself back in. Of course, these Gulf Alaska storms hitting the tail of Alaska. But we moving on a little bit. And yeah, it gets pretty cold to where it could snow for Virginia. Definitely very far out, so take it with a grain of salt. But we can go ahead and look at the GFS now. And let's move it back. Reversing time here. Okay. So we're at hour 6, I believe. Yes. We are at hour 6. But some snow there, some rain here, tropical moisture down here. Sorry about that. And some snow from a nor'easter and some snow up here. Now let's move it out to where the storm passes, becomes some snow up here, snowmaker, but then another clipper system, more snow for the same area about, more of a better looking shape, more of sloppy weather here. It's like sleet or freezing rain. These two colors are pretty similar here. Could you snow? 14 inches an hour. Very heavy snow. We're at 6 inches an hour here, right there. But move it out a little bit more. It forms a low pressure system, 998. This one looks like the same as the CMC. Here, kind of splits it up into two. Snow up here. So it's a pretty weird pattern here. And then, yeah, it's a just jumbled mess after that. But really, just snow bands down here. Snow bursts, arctic bursts, whatever you'd like to call them. Let's look at the radar again. Sorry, it starts on Chicago. But that's really the place we want to be, right? If you can see, you can, hopefully. But snow here, and then rain here. Some pretty heavy rates right here. Rain, not flooding rain, but rain, and Marie's getting some snow showers mix. But let's look at the temperatures on all the models I just showed you. And if we look here, 1036. Let's go temperatures. So hour 6. Yeah. So at hour 6, if you guys can see, you can. I would be posting this video, but you can see some pretty cold temperatures: 29, 28, 27, 25. But that's very north. We are at hour 6 seeing 34, 35, pocket of 32, probably pocket of 29, 30, something like that. But let's move out a few hour runs. And right here. So if we can see here, I get pretty cold. Not as cold as we expected, but I still get pretty cold. And of course it gets very warm down here. But here is the 20s. Right here, just probably 20. Dipping down pretty far, pretty south. 20s right here. Isolated. Very isolated. But after that storm, it really dips down to teens up here. So 20s in this area mainly. But change it. Few couple. So this is during the day. So that's why it's less cold. Then dips down in the night. 20 line goes further south in the west here and stays about the same in the mid-United States or Mid-East. So this is probably the 20 line here. So it dips pretty far. It gets to the teens very early. 12 here now. So it's getting colder. For me, night, it gets pretty cold. One that we've really seen so far this winter. Some patches of probably 30s in the mountains down there. But let's move it out a couple of hours. Starts to warm up again, but then really, this storm here, you can see a well-defined cold front here. Let me circle that for you guys. Well-defined cold front. Right there, you can see the rapid drop-off here. And look at that. Teens and 3 degrees right here. So we're getting into 1 digit. But here's probably the 20 line. Dips much further south. It lasts about as long. Covers the same. It's just much further. So I'm about to get blasted, aren't I? But Let's move it out a couple. And this cold front really starts the weekends, but these teens are now very widespread here. Pretty widespread in a probably the 20 line, something like that. Very vast area, very large area. That cold front kind of dying off, not as rapid as a drop off. Me kind of getting pretty cold. The cold front hasn't even reached me yet. It's already dying off. I like cold weather, preferably. But so it goes up, then of course it dips back down. Oh, that is the high. So here's that night, and -4. That's pretty cold for this area, -4 degrees. Who thinks that's cold? Well, I do. But 20-degree line, probably stretching something like that. A more 20-degree weather up here. But yeah, cold front really die off for me. Sad, but -4, very cold for me. For my thought, those are mountains. So that's a storm. That's one of these storms here, and it gets pretty warm. But this here gets pretty interesting. So this is another snowstorm here, and you can see how far that 20-degree line dips. It dips pretty far south, and it gets pretty close to New Mexico here. Pretty darn close. Here, -4 degrees here, -6 degrees, 0 degrees Fahrenheit. This is all Fahrenheit, by the way, I think. Is this all Fahrenheit? Because if it was Celsius, I'd be crazy. I think it's Fahrenheit. Yes, it is Fahrenheit. Okay. Well, -1 degrees, so it's getting to the teens in this area. Pretty early on in the season. Another cold front hopefully will get me. But let's move it out. So that cold front really stays strong. So does that cold up there. But it gets warm again. Then, yeah, this is far out, so it's getting less confident with that cold. Then really gets warm because it's very less cold, much less confident. And let's look at the temperature anomalies for here. Dynamics. Or is it upper dynamics? Or is it thermodynamics? No, definitely not it. I forgot. Ah, there's what we wanted. Let's go ahead and not spoil that. Negative hour 72. Hour negative 72. So here's about right now. Let me go ahead and drag this down again because I have my recording thing up here. But as we can see here, 20 degrees up here, pocket of 30s and 20s here, and that's what I consider, this is what I consider comfortable temperatures. Right in there, just right in the middle where this very cold temperature is coming from the Arctic and this warm temperature coming from the tropics really causes the best temperatures here. That's a fall. It's nice for, but I like winter because I like these temperatures more. But for most of you, that what I just circled would be comfortable. Now, if I move it out, it's a pretty long video here. So I'll probably end it on the GFS, but if you look here, probably be quick. We would see a big dip down just then. A big here. Came probably down to there. Which, let's move it back there. Yeah, so I get pretty cold on the GFS. we keep on moving out more bursts. But yeah, that is it. Oh, gets to the 30s down here. But yeah, that's really it. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.